Democratic Congressman Krishnamoorthi. I want to get to those phone calls. Thank you very much. Those phone records. But what does thus far mean? Can you tell us what that means?
Sure. I think that, as this inquiry has proceeded, and even during the hearings, people were coming forward with information. The challenge is you have to sift through the information. You have to see what's legitimate and what's not. And you can't just kind of convene a hearing with a new witness. You need to first receive their documents, make sure that it's relevant. It would actually move things along in terms of our understanding of what's happening. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what Chairman Schiff was referring to by thus far. So the investigation continues even after we submitted our report or send our report to the Judiciary Committee. But for right now, we thought that the evidence is so overwhelming with regard to the wrongdoing at issue, we had to forward this particular report, and then we can supplement it later if need be.
Let's talk about those call records. Devin Nunes, the ranking Republican on your committee, was communicating with Rudy Giuliani. 5 calls in 15 minutes. 2 days later, 4 calls between Nunes and Lev Parnas on important dates on the Ukraine timeline. When did you become aware of these calls, Congressman?
Well, we became aware of these calls once the records came in. As you know, Mr. Parnas and Giuliani were trying to dig up dirt on Biden at that time. And so this raises troubling questions as to what Mr. Nunes may or may not have had a role in with regard to that issue.
The body language between Chairman Schiff and Nunes showed the atmosphere was tense, especially as Congressman Nunes defended the president and peddled Ukraine conspiracy theories. I want you to listen to some of that, and then we'll talk.
Once you understand that Ukrainian officials were cooperating directly with President Trump's political opponents to undermine his candidacy, it's easy to understand why the president would want to learn the full truth about these operations and why he would be skeptical of Ukraine. Hunter Biden. Biden is another witness who the Democrats are sparing from cross-examination. His securing of an extremely well-paying job on the board of a corrupt Ukrainian company, Burisma, highlights the precise corruption problem in Ukraine.
Do you think Nunes deceived the American people with this kind of rhetoric, knowing his own possible involvement here?
I don't want to comment on the specifics of that. I think that there are different bodies in the House that can investigate that particular issue, but it raises troubling questions for sure, as you point out, Don.
Yeah. There are questions that Congressman Nunes needs to answer about exactly what his involvement was. What is the vehicle now to get those answers from him, Congressman?
Well, as you know, in the House, we do have an ethics body. If a complaint were filed with that ethics body about his conduct, specifically what you referred to just in your previous passage, along with potentially using taxpayer dollars to go to Europe to pursue dirt on Biden and meet with these different characters, that would be yet another potential violation. That would be one avenue to potentially surface facts related to this matter.
Okay, so you said the Ethics Committee. Would he face consequences?
Oh, sure. If there's a finding of a violation of House rules or ethics guidelines.
All right. Congressman Krishnamoorthi, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, sir. I know you're very busy. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.